Karen Henthorn is set to reprise her role as Julie Bates this summer, Eastenders have confirmed. Julie was last seen on the square in 1997, and is set to return as her husband Nigel Bates. Paul Bradley, dementia worsens. When Nigel returned late last year, he told everyone he had separated from Julie. Later, he admitted that he didn't want to become a burden to his wife, as he decided to leave to deal with his dementia alone. Viewers have seen Phil Mitchell looking after his friend. However, things have taken a heartbreaking turn as he struggles to cope with Nigel's deteriorating condition alone. As Kat saw Phil struggling earlier this week, she told him he needed to call his wife Julie. Although Phil was initially reluctant to go against Nigel's wishes, it looks like Kat may have persuaded him, as Julie's return has now been confirmed. It's been 27 years since Karen last filmed on set, when Julie and Nigel moved to Scotland to start a new life together. She says it's been delightful to reunite with Paul Bradley. It's very surreal to be back in Albert Square after 27 years and working with the delightful Paul Bradley again. It's scary how fast the time has gone, she said. Julie has got some awful surprises ahead of her after the initial relief she feels to discover Nigel is still alive. It's been great to film with Paul and Steve McFadden, who are such lovely actors, as Julie discovers Nigel's dementia diagnosis and why he chose to hide it from her. Speaking on Julie's return to the square, executive producer Ben Wadey said, "We are delighted to have Karen Henthorn returning to reprise her role as Julie, who arrives looking for Nigel. Julie hasn't seen Nigel in almost 2 years and is unaware of his diagnosis and reasons for leaving, so her arrival will pose questions for the pair of them." Despite last being seen on the square almost 3 decades ago, Julie's voice was heard earlier this year, as Nigel listened to a voicemail from his wife. Julie's voice could be heard saying, "Nigel, it's Julie again. I don't know if you got my last message or..." "Listen, Nigel, I promise I'm not cross. Whatever reason you walked out and disappeared, I just really need to know if you're alright, mate." It's not yet been confirmed when exactly Julie will appear on screen, but as Karen has started filming, fans can expect to see her in the coming weeks. How will Nigel react to her return?